Good morning, America. Welcome back to SNT,
Syrian News Today.
reporting to you live. Today, we have with us Kalei and myself, Tima. On today's agenda, we will be taking a visit back to past conflicts in Syria. Let us begin.
Next, we will discuss the student vandalism that started many protests, riots, and outbursts among both families and the infuriated community.
Over 15 kids were arrested in February of 2011 for suspicion of anti-government graffiti on the walls of their school. This left everyone around them angered by the thought of children being tortured in a jail and accused of something based off of interrogation.
When the parents of the suspects demanded the returns of their sons, one official replied and told them to forget.
It occurred so frequently that you had to apply for an ID to receive any spray cans. Earlier this morning, in Daraa, a protest larger than we have seen in a while broke out. They were demanding a resignation of the mayor and the leader of the local branch of the security police. The protest got so harsh that the police opened fire on the crowd, killing 6 and injuring so many more.
For more information, we will go live to the scene where John will be interviewing one of the protesters. John?
Thank you, yes. And as you see behind us, there's the aftermath of this morning's protest. Here we are with one of the protesters. How are you feeling about today's act and what's going on in your head?
My prayers go out to the families that are out there with relatives that were severely wounded and killed. I'm just very upset with the government right now more than ever, and these actions need to stop, and our help dictator should be overthrown. Today we are interviewing Youssef Ali, who fled from Syria to the UK during the Arab Spring protests. What was that experience like for you?
Well, it was awful. I had to leave my whole family behind and I feared for my life.
So how did you journey your way into Europe?
Well, just like all the other Syrians, I took the dangerous journey across the Aegean Sea in my rubber dinghy. And my poor family is left behind with hardly any food or electricity. I feel so bad, and I wish I can go back and save them someday.
Thank you for so generously taking your time to be interviewed. I wish you the best of luck.
So back in 2011, you visited Syria and got an exclusive interview with the Syrian president Bashar al-Assad and got to ask him about his view on the protests in his country. He is the first American reporter.
The notable difference was how we see Syria in America and how he perceived it. One of his main statements was that he doesn't care what the media outside Syria thinks about him. He only cares about what the Syrian people think of him. And he denied that he had ordered any police to attack people who were defacing government property.
Thank you for your time and coming to visit me.
The impact that the Arab Spring had on Syria did not benefit, but actually harmed its government, economic state, and the unity in the country.
Thank you for tuning in. See you next time on SNT.